Hello, everyone. This is Jessica with the Two Sticks and String podcast. How are you? It has been at least a month since I last came in to talk with y'all and check in, but since then I have actually done a lot of knitting. I had noticed in my past, more recent videos that I really hadn't been doing much, and I didn't see the need to podcast when I hadn't knit anything. But I have finally made some decent progress on projects, so we are here to talk about it. In case you haven't figured it out yet, this is a knitting podcast all about knitting, crochet, cross stitch, and cats. What could be better? We have some finished objects, we have some whips, we have a lot of stash, and then just general life. So first off, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is armywifeknitlife, or if you want to check out my D-stash, it's armywifeknitlife D-stash. You can also find me on Ravelry as armywifeknitlife, or on our podcast group, the Two Sticks and String. If you have not already subscribed, go ahead, click the red subscribe button down below and hit the bell if you really like what I do and you don't want to miss my next updates. You will notice that I have started to put up some Hyundai vlogs that cover some of our fun weekend activities that we do, just so you can get a little further glimpse into what our life is like. And on that note, let's get started. First off, you will see my background is a little different. I am in the same room. There's just some rearranging going on. You'll see that there are these lovely little boxes right here. It's a 25-bin calyx system, and it is going to take up most of this little wall back here, so I had to do a little bit of rearranging so the nice wall of yarn isn't gone, it's just being reorganized and recreated a little bit. That's why it's kind of a disaster over here, because I had to make space. And so there, like, my bedroom is a disaster as well, just because I had to pull out everything in order to be able to put this in, and then I can put everything back. You'll also notice, before I forget, I have a finished object hanging up there. So let me get that for you. Alrighty. You'll also notice I am in this enormous cardigan. It's true. When I was reorganizing, I located it, and I don't think you guys appreciate it. I know I've shown it on the podcast before, but it's been at least 2 years. I don't think you guys appreciate how big this cardigan is. It is from TinCanKnits. I believe it is the Harvest cardigan from their Simple collection. I knit it in Karen 1 pound in the Ocean colorway. And it was the very first garment I ever knit. Didn't think to check about gauge, didn't think to really measure myself first. I was just like, oh, I'll go for big and comfy, and I definitely got big and comfy. It is something I absolutely adore wearing it, even though it is way too big even on me. And that's okay. I think it shows progress, and it's good to remember that we all have those first projects that are a little silly, but I wouldn't change it for the world. You can even see, you can see all of my increases down the line. But I'm going to take it off. Our house is really cold lately. I don't know why, but it is. And so I've been wearing it a lot around the house, and you'll see it in some of our videos. Also, we're just going to go ahead and address the BTS shirt, because it's pretty amazing. It is a new acquisition. I got it from SNH by Design, and it just says I purple you in English and Hangul. So I think it's pretty cool. It's comfy. And so Ruth, I purple you. Also, if you guys haven't checked it out, go see Ruth Loves to Knit. She is hosting a cal with Fernanda from Little Monkeys and Me for Across the Pond cal. And it is all about shawls. Super exciting. I know I am going to be casting on and also working on a few of my whips. So go check it out for all of the rules and follow them for prizes and all that information. Okay, let's get started with some faux. We have not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 pairs of finished socks since I last saw y'all. That's pretty impressive if you ask me. All right, so let's start off with, I knit all of my socks the same. Toe up, fish lips, kiss heel. I use between a 1 and 1.5, just depends on what needle I have open. The stitch count doesn't really change though for me. If I am knitting them for my Aunt Tracy, then there are 27 stitches on each needle. If I'm knitting them for me, it's the same. Her foot's just a little longer than mine. And if I'm knitting them for my mother, there are 30 stitches on each needle. I'll be sure to tell you whose socks are whose. These are for my aunt. This is the September Honey colorway from the Yarn Jar. They are on my beautiful sock blockers from the Polish Etsy store. We all know that I can't say it, but I always put it down here. It's like Mileniedro. But they're stunning. They have my name and the size on there. As I said, toe up, fish lips, kiss heel, and this has a 3x3 rib. Okay. These are for my mother. You'll see I still need to weave in some ends, but that's okay. These are for my mother. This is Desert Vista Dyeworks in the Orcas colorway. This was my May pair of Desert Vista Dyeworks socks. So they are shorties. They meet the requirement of 3 inches above the heel and for the leg and cuff total. So these are on the Zein base. So they have a little bit of sparkle because things are, you can really see it up for here at the toe. Girl's favorite color is shiny. Also, these are also from the Polish Etsy shop because they're the exact same design and pattern, just in a size large. And they hang, so that's really nice. Then for June, it looks really familiar, I know. It is the same colorway, also for the Desert Vista Dyeworks monthly sock club, but these are for my aunt, and so they're also shorties because I really didn't feel like caking up in another different color skein. So I had over half of that ball left, and by over half I mean like I had exactly 52 grams. So cut it, I made it work, and so they both got a pair of shorties out of the same skein. Hooray for yarn usage and fewer leftovers, right? Next, oh goodness, these are from also the Yarn Jar in Egg Hunt. This was one of their Easter colorways. Both of these sock blockers are from Alex Workshop by Design, which is a Ukrainian sock block maker. And I really like the European sock blockers, guys. I'm sorry. These are the stars. They're my Hamilton blockers, and I have the hearts as well. Okay, and then finally, also by Yarn Jar, these are the Nessie colors for my aunt. And these are Knitting Left sock blockers. These were a gift from Honeybee Knits for Christmas a few years ago before I officially changed my podcast name to Two Sticks and String, but I'm still Army Wife Knitting Life, so it doesn't really matter. And I treasure these. These are some of my favorite sock blockers that I own. As I said, they're from Knitting Left, has my name, has my catchphrase for the end, and owls because I love owls. Anyone who knows me knows I love owls. That's why we have Patrol the Owl as our little brand logo. So, if you're wondering why I have so many socks knit, it's because the goal is a box of socks for both my mother and my aunt for Christmas this year, which means 12 pairs done. I am over halfway on my aunt's, and I'm just a pair shy of halfway on my mother's. So I'm not doing too badly. I'm pretty proud of that. And that is all the finished objects I have. It's all socks. But after not knitting for so many months, I'm okay with that. I think that's great progress from barely knitting a pair a month to knitting 5. That's pretty awesome. All right, my next whips are, we'll start with the one you've seen before. This is the Antler pullover by TinCanKnits. It's for my husband. It's made a lot of progress, you guys. Like a lot. I have sleeves attached to a body. And I'm working on the yoke. This is knit in Malabrigo Rios in the Ravelry red colorway. I'm going to get up closer so you can see the beautiful cables. They go all around the sweater. That's why there are all these stitch markers, just because, not that I need it or have problems counting. It's just when I'm watching a show or listening to a podcast or something, which I have not watched a knitting podcast in forever. I still love all of my knitting podcast and my podcaster friends. I just haven't been in a spot where I'm watching knitting podcast. I'm mostly watching FlossTube, but at the same time I'm also just watching documentaries and old TV shows, things that I've missed with being in Germany that I haven't had access to. So, for instance, Netflix just released the first 2 seasons of Manifest for us to watch, and I've seen a few episodes when I would visit my parents, but I was never able to watch a full season, so I'm doing that now. But I am really enjoying it. Most of these stitch markers are Simply Serving, or they are from Hawaii Bazaar Yarn Co. And if they're from Hawaii Bazaar, they're BTS related because I love BTS. But as we've discussed before, and as is the name of the last podcast episode, BTS is the best. All right, we're good. We're good. But like, so she has these beautiful stitch markers. There's that one. There's this one. There is, this one's one of my favorites. Right there. There is a Hope right there. And then these just say like BTS and Army. So, and then my beginning around marker, I have Christmas, Simply Serving. I have Simply Serving Under the Sea and Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun. There we go. There's a Rubber Ducky Simply Serving stitch marker. And then my beginning around marker is just, I honestly don't even remember who this is from, but it is Aurora, aka Sleeping Beauty. So my goal is to get this sweater completed before the end of this month. I never gave y'all my May goals, and we're almost over for June, but my June goals were to get 1 sweater completed, a 2nd sweater to the sleeve separation, which I do have one that's close. I haven't worked on it in a while though. It is a DK weight. You've seen it on the podcast before, I just haven't touched it in forever. It's a Knit Picks DK Capra, and it's in the navy colorway. It's going to be one of the hard on our sleeve sweaters. I haven't decided which yet, because the great joy of that book is you don't have to decide. You knit the body first. They're all the same. So I just need to knit the sleeves on it, and it would technically be at sleeve join. So it's totally doable. Am I actually going to do it before the end of the month? Probably not, because I am super excited about this other project that I'm working on. It's kind of taken my focus. So that is my first whip. This is being knit on Chow Goos, and they are a size 8, and I'm knitting it on the 32-inch cord. It's gonna change pretty soon though, because I'm getting pretty close to the decreases. I have to do I have to finish this last round of regular cables, and then I start the decrease chart. So this will be downgrading soon, most likely. My only other whip is this. And if you're saying, that looks really familiar, it's because it does. This is the Saugerties Shrug by Jill Zielinski, aka Plucky Knitter. This time I'm knitting it with the same cream off-white from Karen 1 Pound. I'm just double checking it is called off-white, yes. And I'm knitting it in Midnight Blue, Karen 1 Pound. Why am I knitting this for a second time, you ask? It's because my babcha, my grandmother, fell in love with the one from my friend Caitlin, who also loved hers, by the way. 100% loved it. But my grandmother loved it, and she said, you know, I would really like one of those. If you would like to surprise me with it one day, I would be more than happy to receive it. How do you say no to your grandmother when she so politely says that she wants it? Because I haven't knit her anything before. I typically make socks for people, and she doesn't really... She wears slippers most days, so what does she need socks for, you know? And she also lives in California, so it's not like she really needs a lot of sweaters. So she asked for this, and I am making it for her. So we're about halfway. We're about halfway done. That's not bad. She is a short woman, so I'm going to be cutting out part of the longer solid section. And Alex, if you tell her that I said that she was short and not fun size, we're gonna be in trouble. I'm totally kidding. She's aware that she is a smaller person, and as my babcha always says, the best things come in small packages. And I love my grandmother, and she's 100% right. She's one of the best people I know. That's it for whips. The only other... Actually, it's not the only whip I have. I also have... My apologies. It's been a minute since I worked on this, so I'd forgotten. I have been working on my Changing Staircases shawl. Last time y'all saw it, it had just barely started. Well, we have a little more progress on it. I'm knitting this in the Golden Pearls Love Potion colorway. And I'm like 3 sections in now. So it's still just barely at the beginning. This is what I'm going to work on first for the Across the Pond shawl cowl. So I'm hoping to make some really nice progress on this, but I have to wait until July 1st to start because it has to be under 25%. But as I said, this is Golden Pearls in the Love Potion colorway on their 2-ply sock, which is a 75-25 superwash merino nylon mix. There we go. I started working on it at the beginning of this month, so I hadn't even thought of the fact that I actually needed to show it to you. Okay, we're ready for acquisitions. You guys ready? All right, first one. I'm super excited about this. When we went to Myrtle Beach, my mother gave me a gift. We're going to put this the right way. There we go. It is a cross-stitch kitty cat pillow. Now, she did not actually stitch this. My other grandmother, Grandma Jane, stitched this a long time ago before I ever had cats. But when she found out that I had Bella in Berlin, she sent this over to my mom to have my mom finish it because my grandmother Jane she has a little bit of trouble seeing and she can't manage to sew anymore. So she sent it over to my mom to have it finished, and I love it so much. All right. That's the first one. And then the rest, these are in no order. I will tell you approximately when I got something, if I can. So when we were in Myrtle Beach, we went to the Knit and Purl yarn store. And it is one of the largest on the Eastern Seaboard. I got this shawl kit for the doo-wop shawl. It uses Barocco Vintage DK. And they are in, let's take a look. These don't have colorway names, but they do have color numbers. So the white is color 2100. The light blue is 2170. Sorry, the yard people are outside mowing my grass. And then this navy blue, it is navy, I promise, is 2143. The vintage DK is a 5248, 52% acrylic, 40% wool, 8% nylon. The doo-wop, here we go, will look like that. And yes, that was a price tag. I don't care that you saw it. It is what it is. It's by Lisa Hanna's, is I believe her name. So we're just going to stick that back in here. And the yarn shop did gift the pattern to me on Ravelry so that I didn't have to buy it, which is nice. Okay. Sorry guys, I know this isn't the exciting part, but if I don't do this, it's going to end up everywhere and mixed up, and then I'll say, huh, I thought I bought everything, and I'll be missing a skein. Alright, the next thing I purchased, I'm just going to get one of each of these out, is Juniper Moon Farm in the Patagonia line. It's 100% wool, it's DK. This is Juniper, Cardinal, and Light Gray. This is for an Aroha Knits. I believe it's the Kato cowl. I will definitely put a note what it's going to be for right there. I'm not even going to try and search it on my phone because my phone is ridiculously slow today. Sorry. Okay, the next thing is my monthly yarn club from Corinne. This is Dimple from May. And just in case I haven't shown it before. Yeah, here it is. They call me Batsy, aka Silver Spoon from BTS. This is the April colorway. It came a little later because there was a shipping delay, and she was great about communicating that. And so, hi Habibti, love you, Corinne. So these are the two for that colorway. June will be coming soon. It is the Butter song, so you guys should check that out if you haven't yet. It is a song that is in all English, and it's their second all English song. It is super fun and catchy. It's a great song for the summer. I sound like an ad. I understand this. I don't care because it's a good song and it deserves recognition. Alright, and then if you thought that the only BTS yarn dyer out there is Corinne, you are incorrect. There are other people. And this is just one who's also my friend. This is Waifu Yarns. Her name is Leanna. And I got to help name some of these, so it was really exciting. This is just a one of a kind. This is Dancing Boys. Nope, I'm sorry. My bad. This is just one of a kind. It is a Stellina. This is what her card looks like, Waifu Yarns. And it is a silver sock, which is a 75 1510 superwash merino nylon and silver Stellina. There's 438 yards to 400 meters. And it is just beautiful. This is Dancing Boys. These are all BTS themed, as I said. This is also on silver sock. I got to name this one. Her daughter named this one. I got to name this one and the one after. This is Candy Crush Mafia Boss. It is inspired by Jimin's hair in the Butter music video. So again, go check it out. He has blonde hair and he's got rainbow streaks. It's fantastic. This is also on silver sock. And then finally, this is based off of my bias, RM, Namjoon. I call him Junie or Namu, which means forest in Korean, in case you didn't know. This is Bonsai Boy. He loves plants. It is on the gold sock, which is an 80-15 580 superwash merino, 15 nylon, 5 gold selena. Also 435 yards to 400 meters, 200 grams. It's just a bunch of beautiful greens with little pops of black. And it's gold selena. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I don't know what I'm going to knit with these yet, but it's going to be amazing because it's beautiful. So anything would have to be amazing, right? These are the rules. I don't make them up. I just follow them. Okay. Finally, we went to Dollar Tree not that long ago, which, what acquisitions would I be getting at Dollar Tree, you might ask? I understand the apprehension and the questioning. However, I went because we needed to go get some snacks and things for the muster that took place last weekend and this past 2 weekends, because there was a replay this weekend that just happened, and the weekend before was the live stream that we were all up at 5:30 in the morning for, if you lived in the Eastern time zone. My hubby did wake up and watch day 2 with me. But we needed snacks and drinks because we knew we were going to be dead, tired for the day, and we just wanted a snack while watching it. So we went to Dollar Tree, and then we saw these, and I had to get them. It is the Lion brand Summer Lights line. This is in Tropical Punch. This is Hideaway. I got 4 balls of each of these colors, and this one I will be casting on tomorrow, because tomorrow, June 22nd, is my birthday. I'm going to be 29. I'm excited. I'm casting on a boxy. If you want to cast something on with me, let me know what you're casting on, what yarn you're using, what are your plans, and I just want you to start something new for yourself. That's all I'd like. So this is my birthday cast on for this year, and I'm doing this mostly because I don't need another project on the needles. However, this is life stuff. So this is the other colorway. It might be a boxy. It might be a grid lines sweater. I have not, by Suzanne Summers. Have not decided yet. I will let you know when I get closer to deciding. However, this is definitely going to be a boxy, and I'm casting this on because on July 5th, day after Independence Day, for us Americans, because yes, Nikki, I'm American, not European, not German. I'm kidding. I love you dearly, and you know that, and I'm just teasing you. The day after, I am getting on a plane to Seattle, and I will be there for 10 days to help my sister move house. And it's really exciting. She is so happy to go check out this new place and just see what life brings them. So she needed a little extra help. I'm happy to do it, and I have free time. I don't work. I stay at home, so I have that ability. So I'll be there for 10 days. I'm going to meet up with Leanna, Waifu Yarns, and Rachel, who are friends that also love BTS as much as I do. And they both love knitting. And so I just need something plain and stockinette for while I am traveling and on the plane and just exhausted at the end of the day. So that is my plan. It's also kind of my life update. So after I come back from Seattle, I will be home for a little while. And then in August, I'm flying to San Diego for 10 days for a bridal shower and just to spend time with my grandparents. So I'm really excited. I don't know when the next podcast will be because of that, just because I don't even have a month in between flights, and I don't know how much progress I'll get done, but you guys know I always try to update when I can, and when there is stuff to do, I will be uploading Hyundais at the very least. So I think that covers about everything for me. We're going to a German restaurant tomorrow for my birthday dinner. It's called Max and Moritz. I have been Hubs has not, but it's really yummy. I'm excited. And we will be putting this together starting tomorrow as my birthday present. So again, I think that's it. And until I see you next time, do what makes your heart sing. For me, it's 2 sticks and string. See ya!